amazing though.
I was gonna say, did you do it yourself?
No.
Her name
is Deja.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like a perfect box.
I appreciate it. Shout out to Louisville.
We're going to try so hard every time.
Oh, they do the bow?
Yeah. Helping hands. Have you ever done like a podcast situation?
I've done a podcast, but never live and never with multiple people. All of my podcast is like so 100%. So I've never had like a co-host, I've never had like a cat, like a guest or anything. It's always been just like, it's always over.
You sure you don't want to use it?
I'm trying to look for some. See what looks the best.
Yeah, whatever looks the best. That's what it's like. Feel comfortable. That's interesting. I'm excited to learn more about it.
Oh, well, I mean,
I tried to do my research, but I couldn't find it.
I know his book, so
Karen, will you pick my coat up or put it on the table?
I'm going to write well, yeah.
So, but just put them across my purse. Thank you. I just grabbed it.
Texas from here because they like Houston, Dallas, all this.
That's crazy. Wow.
Nobody there, just camera.
Just me. So the next podcast that we do, I'm gonna have a different host. Maria's gonna host. I don't see no posters back there. No, what real hard to post there every chair like you would Oprah.
It was a distro, but they have.
Because it's asking what do you like about the bitches, so you want to
I just want to make sure that they get there.
Initially,
Because when they rap, I know everybody.
on the road, it's like, you know, just
Okay.
independently.
Put
But
it
it's
on
hard
there.
for like retail,
Yeah.
even though Jeff Bezos says
You ring. Y'all already up here. Last time people was getting introduced. Y'all don't care? I don't care either. You ready? You got your talking points? You gonna do your thing?
We're going to do it together.
That sounds so sexual.
Can I or do I need to keep alcohol out?
No, drink the drink.
Yeah, I wish I had a drink.
Let me
you
get
know what
my
I'm saying?
drink. Do you want one?
Prosecco, please. Thank you so
Just
much.
that?
Just Prosecco.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else want a drink?
Water.
Water? Sam?
Okay.
All right. Y'all already live on Facebook.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to, all the panels have been great. I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
We've changed gears a little bit. I am your panel moderator. My name is Cherie Jenkins. I do a lot of things. I'm a mental health therapist. Y'all not excited about the panel?
I met you via San Francisco.
What was this?
Come on, San Francisco. I won that night.
Oh, snap.
Congratulations.
You won the membership or you
No, I
won like
won
the last
little
one prize?
gift bag, yeah,
Okay.
the gift bag.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, this is the creator panel, y'all. So we just have a creator talk. You feel me? Just one of the many events that I curate in the city. But I have a stellar panel today, and I'm gonna kind of let them do their own thing and introduce themselves as they would see fit. So we will start over here to my left. Will you please let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you represent?
Hi everybody, my name is Farron Kia. I am the CEO and founder of Love Thy Belly. It is the premier body positive organization right here in the city of Louisville with a global e-commerce outreach across all social media platforms. I am the self-proclaimed champion of self-love and a factivist, as well as a published author.
Yes, come on. I love it.
It is so nice to be have a seat at the table with you. I'm so excited. My name is KAMP'S, otherwise known as Keontae. I have self-published my debut poetry collection titled Dismantled Damsel. I also have a journal associated with it as well. Second edition is available online. I'll also be at Foxing Books tomorrow, or Foxing Books tomorrow, if you want to grab a copy in person. But that's who I am, advocate for self-publishing. So.
Sweet. Last but not least.
Awesome. Okay, well, my name is JL at They Love JL on Instagram and the Postcode Phase. I'm the creator of the Postcode Phase, and I'm a published author of the Postcode Pivot. I'm available on Patreon, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, across multiple platforms, and I just emphasize on authenticity and just free game and just living and being who you are, the duality of being who you are, and embracing what all comes with that. So that's what I say.
Absolutely. I feel like there's a common denominator with all of us up here on this panel, right? I think we're speaking from a place of authenticity, self-expression. You're a poet and a writer, correct? So I'm glad to be up here with you all. So that kind of is a great segue to get into, why don't y'all talk a little bit about what it means to own your narrative and, you know, just how your brand and who you are, like, what's the origin story? How did we get here? What's the purpose? Anybody? Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, I got my start back in 2021. I used to do, contrary to a lot of people, they know me based off of JL and this character that I am currently, but I got my start via the Urban League, working with a lot of nonprofits. I used to work with the Run League, Waters, a lot of small Black businesses and nonprofits was my niche. But the issue that I got with that is because my creative bandwidth was so wide and I had all of these different ideas, all these different concepts. When you get to working with companies that are reliant on grants and public funding, their bandwidth and their capacity to be creative and to go outside the box is very limited because they don't want to get into their bread and, their money. That will stop their funding. So I found that once I tried to express myself more in that corporate-like space, I was limited. I was stopped. I wasn't getting clientele. So I literally had to make myself my first client. I had to turn my personality into my first client, to own that in order to be able to safely and to openly be able to express that part of myself. So I got my start in nonprofits. I transitioned into being more of a creative and an influencer in an individual-like space, and I'm just embracing that as what it is.
So you keep talking a lot about being a character, right?
Yeah.
No, so I just want to kind of talk about, like, how do you differentiate, like, you said JL?
Yeah.
So, like, who you are personally and, like, how that ties into your brand, and what's the separation?
For sure. So the character is who I am, but when I say character, I mean that in a point of monetization. I mean that in monetization when I say that. Because being myself doesn't pay the bills naturally when I'm breathing or when in the day-to-day. But being myself in an intentional space on a platform that is funneled to monetization, that feels like a character to me because I am purposely projecting that that part of me in order to funnel to monetization. So it's still a part of me, but I'm being more intentional and mindful of how I am putting it out there and the frequency of what I'm putting out there so it funnels to monetization.
I got that.
So that's why it feels like a character because I'm being paid for it.
Okay.
But it is truly who I am. It's a check. So,
Yeah.
so I have to be
No, most
mindful of that, especially when people pay to see that person.
Right.
They pay to be in proximity to JL, so I have to, even if I feel like being Jaleesa Lucas and just kind of, I have to be on. So that's what I mean by character.
Okay. Y'all want to chime in on just, talking about owning your narrative and how it has kind of shaped you and how your trajectory, in your journey of what you do?
Absolutely. When it comes to me owning my narrative, I work primarily in customer service, and that's what pays the bills. It's really nice to be able to talk to people, have the gift of gab. But by publishing my book and doing it self-published, that is me really taking ownership of the entire process from the marketing, putting myself out there, showing up for myself in spaces like this. And again, it's really taking full accountability for sharing my work and building my legacy, not putting that in anybody else's hands, not blaming anybody else for my story not being told, and also having the opportunity to connect with other people who may need that encouragement to share their own story.
I love that. You know, Love Thy Belly, you know, when I think of Love Thy Belly, I think of, it feels like a statement. It feels like a proclamation. You know what I'm saying? So like you feel that in your whole soul and your spirit. You know, can you talk to us a little bit about, you know, how you just finally got to the point where you was like, listen, I'm going to put this on Front Street and I'm going to make this my brand. I'm going to make this thing that, like, I'm going to be representative of people and I'm going to really push it. Like,
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about
Absolutely. So Love My Belly actually really started out as me taking photos that I had been taking over the years. So I've been taking these pictures and posting them on Instagram, Facebook, and things like that. And I started hashtagging my pictures, hashtag Love Thy Belly. And then other people were seeing me do that. And so then they would ask me about it or ask me what it meant, or they would start doing it to their own photos. And then I got to a point where I wanted to tell a story. And so I wrote a book called Dear Fat Girls When Love Wasn't Enough. And it's about learning how to love yourself and who you are from the core of who you are. So from your belly. So taking love, formulating it for yourself, making it a self-love, and then how that self-love can lend itself to other people, you know, when you're ready for that or when that comes to you. But a lot of it was being able to take ownership of not only your own body, but also the agency that you have and how you navigate this world. I say as a fat girl because that's my lived experience. But what I didn't realize is that people who don't live in a fat body don't exist in a fat body. But everyone has some form of body image issue that they struggle with. And so what I found is that people usually, they'll take that word fat out of it and then just talk about it to themselves. So some people might just say, dear black girl, or some people might say, dear me, and they're talking to themselves. So the purpose of it was to write a letter to yourself, telling yourself how much you love yourself, showing yourself love, taking back what you've lost by giving so much to other people. So a part of it was just like, it was me taking back my power that I had lost.
I got you. That's dope. So all of us on here, like, I feel at some point, like, Taylor was like, yeah, like, you all are fitting for the creator panel, like, right? Like, what does just that term in itself, like, how does that speak to you all? How does that resonate with you, being called a creator?
For me personally, it means exactly what it is. I am creating a wave. I am setting the tone. I am influencing. And that's exactly, you know, what I'm doing. And if people follow suit, if people try to imitate, that's exactly what I set out to do. I think a creator is exactly what it is. I am setting the tone. I am setting the trend. I am setting the wave. You follow me. I'm the leader.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, ma'am. I think a lot about how art imitates life and life imitates art. And being a creator to me is kind of just being observant and being able to articulate what I see and what other people are going through. Like, it's not just me who may be a dismantled damsel or maybe going through a tough time or maybe having a good time, but I, as a poet, am the one to articulate it and give feeling to the experience that we've all shared. So that's what creativity and being a creative means to me.
So it's just like you're the vessel and you're using your skill and your talent to give to the world what your gifts are and what we need. I love that. I've never really ever thought about myself as a creator. Like, I create things, I curate things, but I never, like, right in my mind was like, oh, you're a creator. You know what I mean? All I knew was I had many talents, I had many gifts. I don't like hoarding anything. I don't like keeping anything. I like filling the gaps. I like seeing where there's needs and, like, placing places and people and things and all of that in the right spaces so that we can accomplish a very well needed goal. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in that creator space, like, there's a certain boldness, there's a certain audacity, you know what I'm saying, to have something that you feel in your core that you feel like is all about you, but then projecting that and giving that to the world and really running with it. Like, so how do you all feel about, because there's some people who feel like they have this gift or have this thing that's for me and it means a whole lot to me, but I don't really want to share that with the world because it can become compromised, right? It can be misunderstood. It may not be valued. But how did you, did you all ever deal with those moments where you were like, yeah, I'm mindful of that, I'm aware of that, but like, I still got to do this because.
I actually struggled with the title of creator because I think when things come easy to me, I feel like that I haven't like earned the title of that, or I haven't earned like the way that someone might communicate that to me, because it's like, well, yeah, I did it because it's like I wrote a book, right? I self-published my book, and it's a big deal, but it doesn't feel like a big deal to me because it was just something that I just did. And so I think when you are a creator, you struggle with accepting that just because it came easy to you didn't mean that it doesn't have something of worth. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have something of value. And so I struggled with that title itself, or that moniker itself. And I think that it just became, this is just who I am, not what I am. And so I struggled with being able to say, like, it's okay that I curate events, but that I also make candles, and that I write books, and I make resin art. But I think what I had to accept is that I full out curate experiences for people to have. I have an effect on people's lived experience, and I allow art to imitate life and life to imitate art. And I use our real life experiences to be the art, to be the canvas, to be the platform.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, I love that.
What was the question?
Oh my
I was
goodness.
definitely gonna ask.
I
about
know.
that.
I'm so into her answer. I was basically saying, like, there's some people that just kind of hold their stuff in, you know what I'm saying, and keep that for themselves. Like, where did you get to the point where you were just like, this is who I am, but this is something that I want to give to the world?
Oh, for me personally, it was when everybody did not fuck with the vision. Honestly, when I was pitching my platform, pitching what I wanted to put out there, and I was getting resistance, that made me feel even more so that this was what I needed to do. That made me feel even more so that this was my purpose. I'm leaning into that, because if all it took was one simple idea or one little thing for me to say this is the pivot or the direction that I'm taking, and for so many factors and things to fall off, it gave the opposite effect of this is not what I should do, this is exactly what I need to lean into. Because if it just took one little left turn for 4 foundational people to fall off, I need to just lean all the way into that. But yeah, I haven't always, I wouldn't say I've always felt like I was a creator in a sense, because I feel like a lot of the concepts and the ideas that I have are original. So I've always felt like I was a creator in a sense, but that's me feeling like I'm a creator.
Right.
But yeah, like the biggest thing for me to lean into it was just not really caring about the masses, and it made it so easy once people were not fucking with it. It made me more inclined, because I'm like, there's less eyes that I thought were going to be watching me, or that I cared about watching me. They're no longer going to be watching. They've already set their tone. They've already said that they are not fucking with this. So why not lean all the way into it if the people you were worried about ain't even worried about it? So that was the biggest thing. Like, once I got the indication that it wasn't of importance, or it wasn't something that was going to be recognized to my peers and the people I cared about their opinions, and once they showed me that they didn't really care about it, it was like, oh, I'm going all the way in. There's no reason for me not to. People that I was scared to say a certain thing, I'm not even be around them.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's intentionality, but you know what I'm saying, behind like, oh, like I'm gonna be a brand, I'm gonna push this thing, and then sometimes it's just like, this is how I was feeling about myself, and then I got this hashtag and everybody's following it and reposting it, so I'm like, oh, this is a thing, let me ride the momentum of this movement, right? Like, very similar. Like I said, I wear a lot of hats in the community, but it wasn't until maybe in the past 3-4 years where I was just like, oh, like, everybody wants to keep mental health and keep, the hospitality industry separate, like they're isolated experiences, but nobody's focusing on, prioritizing mental health in a battered workforce, you know what I'm saying? But then on the other side, I belong to a lot of different networks of people, right? I can walk in any room and probably have something that I'm having in common with them. But I'm like, man, y'all know I'll be making these cocktails though, but like, it's not about the cocktails, it's
Delicious
about
cocktails.
They do be delicious. But it's about the fellowship that comes along with it. It's about the nuance that comes along with it. It's about like, man, like just, you know,
Connection.
the connection. I mean, I think historically, like just, you know, our demographic of folk, like we not, oh my God, I cannot wait to go to the bar, girl, so I can get this crazy named cocktail that's made from Canada. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, I also get to educate people, right? I get to like bring people together. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, well, let's run with that and see if people value it in the way that I do, and the people that do, and the people that don't. You know what I'm saying?
It's like community cocktails.
Yes, it is. It is, and it's built a great community. And speaking of community, I feel like as a creator, as the people who have had the audacity, right? You got this. Do you ever feel like there's this level of competition, or that, you know what I mean, or like, how do y'all feel about competition and like collaboration and how that fuels, you know, the building the community?
Well, for me, you can't compete where you don't compare. So that's first and foremost. I like to think of myself as someone who is just like kind of created my own lane for me. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be plenty of times and spaces where someone may do something that's similar to what I'm doing, and that's okay. I have nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But don't ever think you're gonna do it like I do it, right? Like, because I got my own special sauce. I'm Fair and Kia at first and foremost. So it won't be a Fair and Kia event. It won't be a Love Thy Belly event. But it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be great. Everybody's gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
But I prefer to collaborate.
Right.
If we both having a variety show, if we're both having a space where we're having a creative working environment, if we're both having something where a candle making event, if we're both writing, why don't we just do it together? It makes more sense. You can build more community that way. And I mean, sure, we were just talking about it. Like, we're having an event on the same day, but we have two different groups of people that we're still reaching out to. But if we would have sat down, you know, like planned it, not saying we couldn't do this in the future, but like, you know, if we had talked to each other about what that looked like prior to, we could have made just one whole big event and brought our various communities together into one space.
Right.
And I think that sometimes when you live in your individual silos, you start to look at somebody like, oh, you're only doing that because I did that, or you're doing yours like that, but like that's copying me. And a lot of it is not that. Sometimes it is. Now, I'm not saying that it don't happen, where somebody will have a specific event that they've been doing for a while, and someone may copy that exact event, maybe even the exact name of the event.
Oh my goodness.
That may happen.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. It sounds so familiar. Wow.
But I like to think that no one has malicious intent when they're doing things. That's the space that I like to live in. I'm not saying that that's real, but I like to truly believe that people aren't out to get me. That's what I like to. That's the space I like to live in. But also, a lot of that is, even if you are out to get me, if I'm not participating in that, baby, you can't get me.
You can't get me. You can't get me.
And so I think, to me, collaboration is something that not only do we all need to strive for, but that's really the only way we're going to survive.
Yeah.
Because community is collaborating.
It is.
And I think sometimes people forget that, like, community collaboration, there's sacrifice involved. Right? Like, sometimes it is an inconvenience to plan something earlier and more in advance to get more people on board so that more ideas can be shared and that we come to a collaboration versus a compromise.
Most definitely. I think just to kind of piggyback off of that too, like I think a caveat to the way that we could like learn from that experience, right, is that you got an event on the same day, right? We'll come to the drawing board, we'll come to the round table and figure something out later, but if you don't think I'm about to still be like sharing and promoting your event like I'm going, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I feel like when we were talking about competition versus collaboration, who are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? If it's a vanity project and you only doing it yourself, then I can see why I would be like, hold on, I'm trying to hoard all the people that I can, bring them in this space. I can't be worrying about what Kia's doing. But like you said, one, I already know, like, there's going to be a different following. But everybody needs everything that we putting out here. You see what I'm saying? And truth be told, if all of us was all in one space, it probably wouldn't be big enough anyway.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So, you know, y'all want to chime in on this collaboration versus competition?
Well, for me personally, I do feel like community collaboration, you know, the cost of community is discomfort, but I am not willing to pay the cost of misalignment for community. I'm gonna just say that straight up. I do not care to have a bunch of people around me who are not in alignment or who are not on the same page that I am on. You know, having just the visibility of volume does nothing for me if it's not productive to the goal or the mission that I am on. So I do accept the discomfort that comes with helping in community, but I am not willing to sacrifice this alignment. I'm not willing to sacrifice the integrity of who I am and what I'm trying to build in order to bring people with me. Because you can't bring them all with you. They can't all come with you, and they're not supposed to.
They're not.
And I feel like that's a huge problem. We feel like everybody needs to come with me. Everybody needs help. I hate to break it to you, but we all can't be helped. We all can't be saved. We all can't be taken with us.
Yeah.
If you are not in alignment, you're not on the strong, if you are not truly wanting this, I can't bring you with me. It's going to only bring me down. So I do emphasize on community, but I'm not forcing community. I will stand alone and focus on my community, enrich my community, if I have to stand alone in it and get stuff done instead of having 10 people around me who do the work of one. That's just what I'm doing.
Before we switch gears, I just want to give a special shout out to Louisville because I feel like you guys are a very collaborative community. I'm not somebody who's from here. Like, I'm an outsider stepping
Where are you
in.
from?
I'm from Houston.
Okay.
Houston,
It's
Texas.
just so big.
Yes, it is very big. The fact that we're here at the Presley Post, and this is Tea for Talking, like all of this is collaboration on a larger and smaller scale. Like, we would not be here if it was not for Tea for Talking, if it was not for Presley Post, if it was not for everything that we're doing together. And I showed up for one of your events too, so it's just like, absolutely. So it's just like, I love that. At the end of the day, I really feel like it's just you versus you. Like, I'm really just trying to be the best version of me. All of you guys inspire me. Like, I'm not looking at it like, ooh, I need to have more followers than her, or I need to dress like her, or maybe I need to do whatever she's doing. It's really just a learning opportunity, because I really, again, just want to be the best version of me. So that's how I see it.
That's right.
I feel like you can't be a creator and influencer without expecting people to imitate what you're doing or to seek inspiration of what you're doing. I mean, the whole thing of me being a creator is setting a way. So I feel like a lot of times people will take it so personally when someone is using what they did and, making a party or a thing that has the similar name or similar theme. That's what your role is. You were the first, or you were the one who set the tone. That's what happens naturally. And I don't take that personally, because that's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire. I'm here for you to imitate and for you to take what you value from what I did and take it and expand on it. That is my role.
Is everybody up here visible on social media?
Yes. You can follow me across all social media platforms at Love Thy Belly.
All of them?
All of them.
TikTok?
Yeah, I streamlined everything.
You on Threads?
Yes.
Wow. So all of you are very active and visible on social media?
Yes.
But I will say I struggle with social media in terms of algorithms of doing something that's specific to create viral content, because that's just not something that I do. I feel like for me it doesn't come from a place of algorithms, it comes from a place of authenticity. I'm just sharing, and what happens is just what happens.
Yeah.
Well, there is a way to maintain authenticity while seeking viral or while going viral. There is a way to that. One, like you said, be authentic. Stay true to who you are and the content that you're putting out, but you also have to be mindful. Just because that is what you are and that is the content that you're putting out, you have to put it in a style that is accepted by the algorithm. This algorithm is a tool. It's really here to help us. These smartphones, these smart apps are programmed to help us. You have to have a hook. You have to within the first 4 seconds. Reel them in. You can't start off the 4 seconds of, hi, my name is this and this is, X, Y, Z. You have to fuck these people, or like start off with the tone. And then you hook them in. And then they stay and they continue to listen. Unfortunately, based off of how social media, and as you know, how the internet's put out, you have to hook. You have to get them in the first 3, 4, 5 seconds. If you're starting off with, hi, I'm out here with so-and-so, they're going to keep scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
You can still stay true to yourself, but you have to edit it in the way that the algorithm push you.
I think about the way like how they say sex sells, negativity sells, and that's just not like a space that I like live in. And so for me, that's, I guess maybe that's been kind of like the harder part of how realizing that there are certain things that I know will create more of like a following and more
Absolutely.
viral. But that's just not like who I am. And I'm not saying it's something that I'm trying to
For
do.
sure.
But if there was someone trying to like get over to that other side of that, a lot of that is like doing those things that you mentioned,
For sure.
of how you have that hooking and kind of gather people in.
Oh, for sure. And there is an audience for you, I promise you. And that's one thing that I struggle with. I thought for a long time that based off of all the different sides of me and what I was going to put out there was nobody who I was their niche, because I didn't really have a niche. My niche was just showing everything about me. And I thought for so long people were not going to fuck with that. But there's a community for you. There's 6 billion people on these social media apps. You telling me, 100K don't fuck with us, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I always looked at it. You telling me 6 billion people on here and 100K don't fuck with me? Ain't no fucking way. You just have to label and market and edit your content that it finds those people.
Yeah.
They may be watching content that starts off a certain way or that is visually a certain way, but has the same context and the same messaging. You just have to understand, one, who your audience is and how they intake your type of messaging, how they intake the positivity. They may intake it seeing you actually physically radiate and do the positive work instead of just telling them to be positive. They may reflect more off of reflecting what you're doing and what you're showing. So there's an audience for all of us, and that's the biggest thing for creators. If you ever feel discouraged about, oh, well, I'm doing this, or there's nobody who really likes somebody who plays in sandboxes at 30 years old. There's nobody who really has a Sharpie addiction. There's nobody who, there is somebody, there is a group, there is a Reddit, there is a team, there is an audience who loves you and is waiting for you.
I mean, that's what social media is about anyway, because I mean, like, literally, like, I don't know how long you all have been visible and active on social media. I've only been that way for 2 years. And I was kicking and screaming to even, like, make my page public. I was like, I know you fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, immediately, now I got 3,000 fucking followers. Like, why? I'm overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? But what I've learned is, like, it's all type of people follow me. It's all type of people appreciating what I'm doing and what I'm putting out, And so, no, I'm not that, like, privy to that adept and skilled at exactly knowing what the algorithm is like, but just the more that you do it and you pay attention to your craft and, oh shit, I'm consistent. I'm consistent. So now that consistently has led me to have a little bit more insight into the algorithm. So now I'm like playing that shit to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? But for real, I'd be sick and tired of that shit. But then I also be like, damn, I'm doing something and it's creating a movement and I gotta keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So
That adds an extra layer of pressure. But I do think that I do enjoy the social aspects of social media. And you get an opportunity to meet a lot of different people you may not meet in like your day-to-day lived experiences. That event that you came to.
Yes, like I saw you on social media first. Like, I think that's really cool.
The room, that was to celebrate my 7 years of being in business, and the majority of the room are people I had never met a day in my life. And so that's like, that social aspect and that community aspect that comes from it, that is what I do love about it, is that you can be in a space and be in a room with, like, I mean, this room today, half these people in this room, I've never met them before. But for some reason, they're here for Taylor or for T for talking, right? But they're here in this space, and I do think that without social media or without, like, those kind of experiences, that wouldn't happen.
yeah, especially in the digital era, I just feel like, I think that's one of the things, like, the newer the generations are, I think they're learning to lean into more of what they don't know, but what they see is working, right? Not so rigid and not so like hell bent on like, this is what I know and I ain't doing nothing else. I'm like, I know you see something else popping over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want to lean into that, especially if it can grow what you're representing and what you're putting out here in the world? You know what I'm saying? At your own pace, at your own bandwidth and all of that. But still, like, I just, just lean into it. We're creatives. We can creatively have this conversation all night. We could be here all night. But what I definitely want to do before we wrap it up is I would like to go through everybody. And if you all could just, let the world know your handles. You know what I'm saying? With all the platforms, just go ahead and say them. And then also just let us know about any upcoming events or projects that you got going on, or anything that you feel like we should know if it's not something of yours. Okay.
Yes, sir, me.
Whoever.
Hi, my name is Jaleesa Marie JL at They Love JL on Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, etc. That's where I am. So I do new episodes at least 2 to 3 times a week via Patreon, and I am on my Instagram every day. So that's what I do.
My name is Keontae, aka Camp Woods. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Camp's Creative Digest. I give self-publishing tips and talks and all that good stuff. And yeah, again, Instagram, Facebook. I will also be at Carmichael's Bookstore. I'm also available on Amazon and Lulu, so definitely grab your copy of the Dismantled Damsel Diary and poetry collection. So, yeah.
Hi everybody, Farron Kia. You can find me across social media platforms such as Facebook, The Farron Effect, and Love Thy Belly. Instagram, Love Thy Belly. TikTok, Love Thy Belly. Threads, Love Thy Belly. Snapchat, Love Thy Belly. Twitter, Love Thy Belly. Did I say them all? It's Love Thy Belly on everything. So that's LOVETHYBELLY. And you can also find me at lovethybelly.org. We are restructuring currently, so stay tuned to find out what's to come from Love Thy Belly. I do have an event. I don't know when you all are going to watch this, but this is live. You all are live. So for you all over here, I have an event on Sunday, October 25th at Stella's Venue. That's on River Road. It's a vendor market, and that's for you all too. It's a vendor market and a clothing event. I'm doing all size clothing. Normally I do plus size clothing, but as this is the last clothing swap of the year, we'll be accepting all clothing to be donated to the Black Business Support Group's clothing drive that they're having. Also on the board for Change Today, Change Tomorrow. And so if you all are not familiar with CTCT, you can get familiar by going to Change Today, Change Tomorrow on Facebook, and the website is there as well. So as a board member, though, I think that the most important thing I want you all to know is that we're currently having a toy drive. And so if you are coming to any Love Thy Belly events, you're welcome to bring a toy, and that will go to the Bless the Block toy drive for CTCT.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
lastly, ending it on out, I'm Cherie Jenkins. You can find me on Facebook, Cherie Jenkins. You should go to Facebook if you just want to see me cutting up and saying whatever I want to, because I don't really care. Because, like, who's going to check me, boo? You feel me? But also, but follow my pages on IG, though, Poetic J, POETICKJ. And then also Afterwork Kickback, Afterwork _Kickback. The only Afterwork.
That's you.
That's me.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like, I've seen you. That's cool.
see, that's what I'm talking about. So I got plenty of events coming up, y'all. So every first Thursday of the month is Afterwork Kickback. The next one will be November 6th. And just to piggyback off of Farron, we will also be hosting a toy drive for CTCT. So make sure when y'all come in, y'all bring your little toy. We're going to have some more to put it. We're trying to, you know what I'm saying, bless the children for the holidays.
Bless the block.
Bless the block. I also have a new music trivia experience called Samples and Sips. That's every third Thursday of the month. We just had one yesterday. It was thebomb.com. It's okay. So that's like, it's fun, right? It's really fun, y'all. Like, it's very interactive. It's like Family Feud style. I am the female Steve Harvey of the game. I'm hosting you, and you are seeing me all in my element. It's wonderful. It's totally different from when you see me behind the bar, right? But yeah, so please come out November 6th. We got a special edition of the Afterwork Kickback. Doing a whole lot of things, but
Where is it
Oh, November 6th will be at Tartan House.
Tartan
So
House.
Tartan House is a Scotch bar in Butchertown. Don't be weary. It's all fun, very community driven. We make it a super, super dope space. Huh? I have another one?
No, we both did.
On the same day. Oh, it's a secret. It's kind of a secret, but so just know the next kickback will be a double header series. I'll be doing some on Thursday and Friday. I can't give y'all the Friday just yet.
Okay.
I can't. Huh?
So then I can't say mine.
You can say yours.
Okay.
Yeah, Farron got an event on.
I forgot.
Y'all pull up. Y'all, she can tell y'all. So you know what I'm saying. Y'all need to pick
I have
and
another
choose.
event on November 7th at Jubilee Fields. That's on Baxter Avenue. It is called The Link Up. Find friends, find family, find community, and find connection. I'll be debuting a Black-owned conversation card game. Yes.
I'm sorry,
It's not my card game. It's not my card game, but I will be debuting it. So come check it out. You know, you can follow Love Thy Belly to grab your tickets, and love to see you there. Again, bring a toy.
Most definitely. Well, thank you for all the lovely. That's T for talking, and we out.
I wanted to gift you with this. This is a
Oh my
copy of
gosh.
the poetry collection and the
Aw.
journal. This is a copy for you.
That's cute. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, I love y'all.
Girl, go have fun. Take pictures.
Oh, that's a